This is Indian Knows Basketball. I'm Indian. I know stuff, and I especially know basketball. And that's my name. Well, that's not my actual name, but you get the point. I know basketball, so I'm going to be teaching you guys about basketball. And I know a lot of people ask, oh, subscribe to my channel, when they have millions. Well, I have two, so that'd be appreciated. But there's a real reason why, and I'm going to show you guys. I actually don't know if I'm allowed to, but forget it with YouTube. As a YouTube partner, you'll be eligible to earn money. That's all you need to see. Earn money. Earn money. It says your channel needs 4,000 public watch hours. I have an alt account, so I could just post 4,000 videos, have them all watch them once. And yes, I would do that in the last 12 months. Okay, yeah, I can do that. But this is the issue. 1,000 subscribers. I have two. I need 1,000, and I want the money. So please help me get to 1,000. That would be appreciated. Here it says October 12th at 2:18 a.m. Holy crap! What are they doing at 2 a.m.? Oh, this is LA. I actually live an hour away from LA, so this is around 12 o'clock. It's not bad. Here we have, it says the Miami Heat lost. Anthony Davis is in impending free agency. Yes, we know that. I had a great time in LA this year. This is nothing but a joy, nothing but amazement. Over the next couple of months, we'll figure it out. I mean, I'm not 100% sure. You're not 100% sure of staying with the team you just won a championship with. Following the Los Angeles Lakers title clinching win. I'm not 100% sure. That's sad. He opted out, which he did, which we know already because it's already happened. Jeez, that's that's so messed up. How would you feel if you were LeBron, traded away everything for this dude right here, just for him to opt out and possibly leave you because he's not 100% sure? And that's what Rich Paul said. Rich Paul's kind of Rich Paul, of course. At 11:34 a.m., the Minnesota Timberwolves, who do not yet see a clear choice for the number one pick. Are they just in between LaMelo and Anthony Edwards? They're not taking Wiseman. That'd be stupid if they take Wiseman. So probably LaMelo, Anthony Edwards. And the NBA draft are closely evaluating all situations, including trade scenarios. Oh, so I want to trade. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Devin Booker," but like, I mean, the chemistry would be there, no doubt. So I don't know. Would you rather have the chemistry or the defense? Because they could go after someone. I mean, I was gonna say Jrue Holiday, but he just got traded. Victor Oladipo could be an option. I don't know if you want to give up the first overall pick for him. So you got to think of someone with great defense who's worth the first overall pick because they're willing to trade it, or just get the first overall pick like Victor Oladipo and other pieces to come with it, rather than draft an Anthony Edwards who would fit, but they might want to win now, based on like just logic. It doesn't even say here. They don't even need to say here. During the introduction of Indiana Pacers coach I'm not even going to try to say his last name, team president Kevin Pritchard discussed the biggest offseason question. Yeah, and we know that Victor Oladipo, who was an unrestricted free agent, so they're going to want to trade him, so it could go here. But why would the Timberwolves do one for Victor Oladipo? They'd have to give up more for the first overall pick, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, Victor Oladipo is an all-star type player. I mean, he was. He got hurt. In the first overall pick. That's a risk. You're risking the first overall pick for her all-star. It's not worth it. Here we have at 6:55 the Miami Heat president Pat Riley. The list included free agents Goran Dragic, Jay Crowder, Miles Leonard, Derek Jones Jr. We also know that. And they want to stay flexible for Giannis, Kawhi, and Paul George. And then Bam is also extension eligible. Get the schedule and whatever presents yourself. We'll look at it. Okay, I mean, we all know that anyway. Former Rockets general manager Daryl Morey is finalizing a deal to become the Philadelphia 76ers president of basketball operations. I'm not a Houston fan, as a Russell Westbrook fan myself, I know this. And the Philadelphia 76ers getting a new president, that's Daryl Morey. He's one of the best, for those of you guys who don't know. And yeah, he finessed OKC for James Harden. And now that he's gone, as you know, James Harden's available, and he requested a trade anyway. Phoenix Suns have discussions about acquiring Chris Paul from OKC, November 10th. Today's the 17th, and it's happened. Dope. The Thunder have given up stars such as Russell. Yeah, happened. Houston Rockets All-Stars James Harden and Russell Westbrook have expressed concern about the direction of the franchise. In the wake departures of D'Antoni, one of the best coaches of all time, Daryl Morey, one of the best general managers of all time, and Woj, they both request, neither former MVP has requested a trade from Houston at this point. Well, that'll happen in a little bit. At 11:08 a.m. Eastern Time, I'm assuming November 15th, yeah, that's what I thought. Lakers are in advanced talks with Oklahoma City Thunder on a trade for guard Dennis Schroeder. We know this. They gave up 20th pick and Danny Green. It's already been completed. That's happened. Actually, I'm going to talk about this for a little bit. Dennis Schroeder. I mean, I don't know. He's a great player. He's on the older end. And do they have enough money to bring back KCP? Because KCP is going to want a bag. I mean, he played well. Rondo's going to want a bag. He played well. They both played well. They're the reason why Anthony Davis and LeBron were able to win a championship. Obviously, not the big reason. The big reasons were themselves. They were also phenomenal. They were like the second and third player you need on a championship team, who a lot of people, like myself, didn't think that the Lakers had, but they became that in the playoffs. And yeah, they're going to trade Danny Green, who didn't show up at all. It was like the opposite, the 20th pick, which, I mean, they could have drafted someone. I mean, they definitely could have. I mean, it's cool. The 28th pick. I mean, OKC can land the next superstar, but they also can't. There's also a very high chance they can't. So cool. Give up Dennis Schroeder, make the team younger. I mean, Danny Green's older, but he's on an expiring deal, so it's not a really worry. You can even waive him. Not an issue at all. But I think this is going to help the Lakers a lot, and also to help bring back Anthony Davis, because as you can see here, he is concerned with how things are going on. He's not 100% sure. Not 100% sure if we're winning a championship. I'm pretty sure he is now. I mean, at least he should be. That'd be messed up if he wasn't. Let's be honest. Houston Rockets James Harden has considered the Brooklyn Nets as the top trade destination. We know that. Harden is a former teammate of Nets Kevin Durant. We know that. They have discussed the possibility of teaming up with Brooklyn's Kyrie Irving. Well, this is great and all to have that huge big three. You'd have those three, DeAndre Jordan and Taurean Prince, I guess, and then you'd have not really much of a bench because you'd be giving up all of your pieces for James Harden. But then Houston came out today and said that they are not willing to give James Harden to the Nets without receiving Kyrie Irving. So the possibility of the big three isn't happening. But even if James Harden and Kevin Durant teamed up and they were able to keep like probably Spencer Dinwiddie, maybe Caris LeVert, or flip Spencer Dinwiddie, because there's plenty of teams interested in Spencer Dinwiddie. We don't know who yet is interested, but we know some teams are. And yeah, I think that'd be. I don't know about the fit though. I honestly think that Kevin Durant and Kyrie would play better together than James Harden and Kevin Durant. Obviously, the three of them together would be ideal, but that's not happening. Houston's not going to let that happen. Even if they're able to put up a perfect trade package, that's just setting up for the future. That's 3-4 years of the three of them just absolutely dominating the NBA. It's not ideal. So they're going to want Kyrie Irving, and then the two of them together, I don't think will work as well together. I think the Nets should just stick with this and just say F James Harden. Don't worry about him. As it takes me to his stats. Yeah, I mean, he averages 34 points per game. So, he's still a really good player, but I just don't think the fit will be ideal for them. Moving on, we have the Los Angeles Lakers. Anthony Davis has declined his player option. We know this. And it was expected because he wants to explore his options and possibly get a lot of money. I mean, of course, he wants a lot of money. He just won a championship. He just led his team to a championship with LeBron. So, yeah, it's respectable. It's a respectable move. Yeah. Good for him. Get your bag no matter where you're going. Even if you are just gonna like dip from LeBron after he traded everything for you, do what you want. Oh my god. The Detroit Pistons are trading guard Bruce Brown to the Brooklyn Nets for Desan Musa. Oh my god. Wow. NBA shook now. Bruce Brown. 8.9 points per game, 4.7 rebounds, 4 assists. The absolute GOAT is now gone. Damn. It's going to be tough for Raptors fan. I don't know how you guys. Yeah, your playoff chances are done now without Bruce Brown. He carried them. I mean, look at his stats. He's absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Bruce Brown got traded. I mean, big deal. I mean, I'm sorry, but like, unless you're a Detroit Piston or Nets fan, even if you are, I mean, this is not a big deal. Desan Musa, let's see what he did. Wow, incredible, absolutely incredible. It's just, yeah, did amazing. Let's see what he put up. He averages 4.3 points per game, 0.3 steals, not a single block, or it's just that low. He only got one. 2 rebounds, 22% from the field, 38% from the field goal. We're going to round up for him because he's the guy now. He's the guy in Detroit. All right, so let's head back into it. And that second round pick, of course, I mean, Obi from the via the Toronto Raptors. Don't know why, but Toronto's just like, yeah, give a second, why not? All right, this is where we get into the good stuff. The Oklahoma City Thunder are sending Chris Paul, Abdel Nader, who is like pretty insane. I mean, look at him. 6.3 points per game, 1.8 rebounds, 0.7 assists. I mean, it actually wasn't horrible. I mean, he didn't shoot. Oh my god, he shot 14 in the. Oh my god, he shot 14% from the field in the postseason. Well, it's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's what you wanted a player. That's what you wanted a player. It's exactly what you wanted a player. And someone who averages 1.7 points per game for you. They're both going to the Suns, and you know who Chris Paul is. I don't need to say that. If you're watching this video and you don't know who Chris Paul is, I don't know why you're watching this video. And we have Kelly Oubre Jr., the man, the myth, the legend. That won't let me click on his name. 18 points per game, 6 rebounds, 1.5 assists. He's insane. He's actually really good. He'll be a good complementary piece to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and possibly Lu Dort, depending on what the Thunder decide to do with their new direction. Because we don't know. There could be more trades that happen. Easily something can happen. Because I'm assuming, just like based off of how Dennis Schroeder and Chris Paul were gone, that Steven Adams is next on the chopping block. He's going to go somewhere. I don't know where. Don't know why a new team would. I mean, he's not a bad player. I mean, of course, he's a good center. He's got amazing post defense, amazing rebounding ability, and he shoots one-handed. What else do you want in a center? Anyway, Kelly Oubre, really good, decent player. He's going there. Followed by Ricky Rubio, who is pretty much a worse Chris Paul. Literally a worse Chris Paul. There's Ty Jerome, who's a worse Ricky Rubio. It's like the 3 levels. And then Jalen Lecque, the man with the bunnies. The bunnies man. I don't know if that's his nickname or not, but it should be because he has hops. If you don't know, look it up. And the 2022 first round pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder is now official. Yeah, the first round pick's going to be nice. And OKC just gets another one, and they get Kelly Oubre, and they get Ricky Rubio, and they get Ty Jerome, and Mr. Bunnies. It's a good trade all around. I think the Suns will benefit because this should put them over the hump to make the playoffs. I don't see why not. And Thunder get another first round pick, get a young player in Kelly Oubre, Ricky Rubio, Ty Jerome, and then the Mr. Bunny, Jalen Lecque. I think it's a good trade for both teams. I think both teams will benefit from this in the long run. I think Suns less in the long run and more in the now. They'll benefit from the now, which they need because Devin Booker, and Devin Booker is gonna request a trade. If they don't make the playoffs this season, Devin Booker's gone. That's just the reality the Phoenix Suns have to face. So getting Chris Paul and Abdul Nader, but Chris Paul should help them put them over the hump. I don't see why not. They'll probably take like the Rockets' place because they're gonna blow it up, as you'll see in a second. The Houston Rockets are finalizing a trade with the Portland Trailblazers that was sent small forward. I mean, he's power forward, small forward. Robert Covington to Portland for a small forward. Trevor Ariza, who's he's not a worthy, different player. 2020 first round pick, the 16th overall pick, 2020 first round, and a 2020 first round pick. So 2 first round picks, Trevor Ariza for Robert Covington. The Trailblazers will benefit from this because Robert Covington is the perfect role player. He's like, if you looked up the definition of role player in the basketball dictionary, this man will show up. And probably he'll also show up. I mean, PJ Tucker would show up. Kelly Oubre would show up. But yeah, Robert Covington would be number 1 on the list. And that's a fact. I mean, man's insane. He put the Rockets over the hump to beat the OKC. He could do the same thing for Portland. Portland can make the playoffs again. Well, I mean, again, yeah, they would make the playoffs. They'd probably be a higher seed. Western Conference is going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. And they've managed to bold out every letter of Trevor Ariza except for the A. Fun. And Trevor Ariza, and this will benefit the Rockets because they lack draft capital. Now they have the 16th and a 2021 first round pick, which will probably be like in the 20s, early 20s, depending on how Portland does. So yeah, I think good trade for both of them. And I think that both teams will benefit from this. Portland in the now, Rockets in the long run, because I'm assuming they're blowing it up because Harden and Westbrook requested trade. So by trading Robert Covington, that's the start. So yeah, we move. The New Orleans Pelicans are nearing completion, which has been completed now. I'm just gonna say that because I mean it's November 17th now. This is November 16th, so they don't know this yet at the time of writing this. New Orleans Pelicans would send Drew Holiday plus 3 first-round picks and 2 pick swaps. And it's 2 pick swaps. It doesn't say yet because I know it's 2 pick swaps to New Orleans for shooting guard Drew Holiday. So they've given up all their first-round picks. Technically, they get 2 back, but they've given up all of their first-round picks for Drew Holiday. They're going all in, and Eric Bledsoe and George Hill. So their point guard thing and their picks for the future for Drew Holiday. I don't know if this is an overestimate for Drew Holiday. Like, if they're overestimating his ability. So don't get me wrong. Absolutely amazing. What I do say is, though, the last time he was an all-star type player and an all-star is when he was the main ball handler and he ran point guard. Now he's going to be doing that, as you'll see in a second. You probably already know what I'm talking about. But he will be running point guard for Giannis. And also, the Bucks probably will benefit from this because the whole thing is that Milwaukee is obviously a small market because they're Milwaukee. And they have this dude, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is the back-to-back MVP. And he might wanted to leave. But now with the addition of Drew Holiday and the other person you'll see in a second, Giannis might stay. He's going to sign an extension with the Bucks. I hope he does because, I mean, it's going to be the end of small market teams if the Bucks leave. That's just proof that, like, players don't want to stay in small market teams. I mean, obviously they don't. I mean, there's so much other, like, why do you think Kevin Durant left to the Warriors? Not just to chase a championship. I mean, he did it partly to chase a championship, but the opportunity in San Francisco is way more than Oklahoma. And Giannis, the opportunity is way more in San Francisco and Miami than it is in Milwaukee. But if you can win a championship, it's all worth it in the end. And I think this is the right thing to do. You get Drew Holiday. You get you gave away all your future assets. So if Giannis does leave, it's over. If Giannis leaves, the Milwaukee Bucks they'll be stuck. They'll be stuck for the next 5 years probably. Wow. And because the Pelicans are going to have to be like first round picks that are going to be amazing. So they're going to be really good. So then these 2 pick swaps aren't going to be anything. So they better hope Giannis stays. So if you're a Bucks fan, pray to God that this man stays. I guess if he does, team will be amazing though. So I think he should. I don't see why he would leave. I mean, unless he wants more outside opportunity. But he's young. He's on the younger end. I mean, after his contract's done, his supermax is over, then if he wants to leave, then it would be respectable. But now I think he should stay, especially after this. The Milwaukee Bucks are set to acquire Sacramento's Bogdan Bogdanovic in a sign and trade that would send Dante DiVincenzo and Ersan Silva and DJ Wilson. And then the Kings will also send Justin James to Milwaukee. Yeah, I think it's great. I honestly think it's great that that Dante DiVincenzo, Ersan Ilyasova, and DJ Wilson are all gone for Bogdan Bogdanovic. That the Milwaukee Bucks are proving to Giannis that they're willing to go all in to help him win a championship. And he deserves it, and Milwaukee deserves it. So I think this is just perfect. The Kings get some depth for Bogdan. They get Dante, who's a great defender who will play well, next to De'Aaron Fox, even though De'Aaron... So it's just a good all-around backcourt. And Ersan Ilyasova and DJ Wilson just help out the bench, I guess. I mean, it's cool. They're both good players. The only issue is that now the Bucks don't have any players. They have like, I think they have like 5 or 6 players under contract right now. So their bench isn't going to be much, but they're going to have a starting lineup of Jrue Holiday, Bogdanovic, Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Brook Lopez. That's going to be their starting lineup. I don't know what their bench is going to be. They'll have to just sign some vets. But if they go on the starting lineup, they might mess around and win a championship. Unless we see what happens with the Nets, because the Nets could be, they're like that team where it's just like, we don't know if Kevin Durant will be his old self. I mean, everyone's saying he will be, so I'm just going to kind of take their word for it, and we'll see what happens. But for now, we don't know. So just kind of whatever happens, we'll see. But yeah, the Bucks are in good shape right now. Giannis should be happy. The Bucks should be happy. Bucks management, Bucks fans, you should all be happy because this is a going all in, and I'm glad Milwaukee's willing to do this to keep Giannis. Smart move. Center Andre Drummond has told the Cleveland Cavaliers he will exercise his $28.7 million contract option and stay with them this season. I mean, nice. I mean, cool. I mean, $28 million. I mean, I don't know why you would decline it. $28 million. I mean, it's a lot of money. So yeah, cool. Good job, Andre Drummond. You accepted your player option. That's nice. Good for the Cavs, I guess. It's great. Cool. I mean, there's not much to really talk about. I mean, the Cavs just themselves with their backcourt, their amazing backcourt. I'm not gonna say their nickname for their backcourt because I don't want to get whatever it's called demonetized because I want views. Yeah, this is my first video. I'm not trying to get demonetized and lose views because of it. And yeah, that's it. Andre Drummond, the Cavs. 2K loves the Cavs, but the regular season doesn't. And the regular NBA doesn't. That's what I meant. Yeah, cool. Good job. Good job, Cleveland. You guys won't suck even more than you usually do. Okay. Portland Trailblazers forward Rodney Hood. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Is declining his $6 million player option and becoming a free agent. I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world for Portland. Portland shouldn't be like too upset. I mean, yeah, he tore his Achilles, so that's kind of an L. And they lost him, but now they have Robert Covington, who could run small forward for them. I don't see why not. I honestly don't see why not. They're obviously not going to re-sign Hassan Whiteside. But Portland, Rodney Hood is a great player. Tore his Achilles. Sucks. He declined his player option. I don't know why he did, because I don't think he's going to get more than $6 million. I mean, he could, but I doubt it. So, yeah. I'm sorry, Portland, but you guys, Robert Covington, he's big upgrade over Rodney Hood, so you guys should be fine. Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics have agreed to push the deadline for his $34 million player option from his original deadline of 5 p.m. to Tuesday to 3 p.m. Nice. So we don't know yet. The 2020 NBA free agency won't have the star power of last year's when nearly half the league became available, but plenty of big names are already set to hit the market. Even more could be afforded in trade talks. Well, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we still don't know about Fred VanVleet. is locked to return to the champion Los Angeles Lakers. So yeah, that's it for the free agency. I'm just gonna like go over a few things before I end the video. Who I think they're gonna win the NBA championship. I don't know. It kind of just depends on how everything goes. The Bucks are in a prime position. The Lakers will be in a great position if Anthony Davis resigns, which he should. I don't see why not, but in case he doesn't, I can't say for sure he can until he does, or else that would be like false news. Celtics, they're a good team. Pete, they're a good team. Both teams that could be like dark horses. I mean, the Suns, you kind of just have to see how it works. Chris Paul and Devin Booker backcourt will be amazing just to see if DeAndre Ayton can kind of hit that next level like everyone's kind of been expecting him to for the past like year. If he can do that, I don't see why what do you call it? The Suns can be a dark horse this year. And even the Denver Nuggets, I mean, you can't forget about them. I mean, they don't have much going on this offseason. That's why I think Jeremy Grant declined his player option. They haven't put that in they didn't put that in the article, but he did decline his player option. So they'll probably look to re-sign him, maybe just let him walk. They'll figure it out. But Denver Nuggets, they still could win it, depending on what happens with James Harden. If he goes to the Nets, I mean, even though I feel like Kyrie and Kevin Durant would play better than James Harden and Kevin Durant, if James Harden and Kevin Durant teamed up, they're a championship contender. Like that's you can't argue that they're going to be a championship contender unless it turns out horribly in the off season. We'll see what happens, because what could happen is they could start Spencer Dinwiddie at point guard. That's kind of their whole like listing. But then Spencer Dinwiddie might not like that because I mean he played pretty well. He played pretty well when Kyrie was hurt. So everything kind of worked out for him. So he might want to get traded to a place where he can kind of blossom and possibly take home MIP. Don't see why not at all. Even the Raptors, man, if they're able to re-sign Freddie, I mean, they can run it back. If Pascal Siakam doesn't play horribly like he did before, I don't see why not. They could be a championship contender. 76ers, because Harden still isn't guaranteed to go to Brooklyn. He could still head over to Philly. But even though Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid aren't on the trade block, who knows what happens? I mean, this is the NBA. Anything could happen at any moment. Like, I could post this video 5 minutes later, like Russell Westbrook can get traded to the Charlotte Hornets, which I would probably cry myself to sleep if that happened. But Michael Jordan gets what he wants. That's all I can really say. So yeah, that's also the thing. Russell Westbrook, he's an interesting situation right now. If he's probably gonna go either the Hornets, the Knicks, or the Clippers. The Clippers probably not. I don't know, because they met up. The Clippers and Rockets managers met up. No one ever said anything about how it went. No one said anything about, like, they said they discussed the Westbrook for Paul George swap. Kawhi Leonard said he did want a point guard on the team, like a real point guard on the team, not just Patrick Beverly. I mean, he's a great defender and all, but he can't play make. He can't create his own shot, something that Westbrook can do, even though he's not a good shooter. He can create his own drive lane. I mean, that's why you want to call it, I guess. But so a Paul George for Westbrook swap could happen. Could see that going through. A lot of people were saying that he could go to the Knicks, but that'd just be stupid, honestly. What would the Knicks give up? They're not giving up their draft pick. If they do, I'm sorry, Knicks fans. That sucks. Or R.J. Barrett or Mitchell Robinson, even worse, because the Knicks did say they're willing to give either of them up for a higher draft pick. Which, I mean, why? Why are you giving up R.J. Barrett? Why are you willing to give up R.J. Barrett for a top pick in a already said weak draft? Yeah, if we were in a Zion Ja Morant draft and you want to trade R.J. Barrett up, sure. If you want to trade up, then why didn't you trade up last year? Why you want to trade up this year? I don't understand. I don't understand the New York Knicks like front office and how they think. Now they want Russell Westbrook. Why? To sell more tickets? Cool, he'll sell more tickets, and then his contract ends. He's gone. He's going to a championship contender. You know how Westbrook is. Like, I don't understand their whole thing. Is he just gonna like mentor Frank Ntilikina, turn him into the next Russell Westbrook? And then what about Michael Jordan? Why does he want Russell Westbrook on his team? He has Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier. The backcourt's fine. What the hell is Westbrook gonna do? He's gonna average a 50-point triple double to lead the team to like the 10th seed. Like, what does that do? It sells tickets, I guess. I mean, if that's what they want, they're not willing, and they're not willing to give third pick. And um, the Houston Rockets said, if we trade Westbrook, we want a top pick. All right, cool. You want a top pick, but if Charlotte's not willing to go with third, and Knicks better not give up the eighth pick for Russell Westbrook, they're not gonna get a pick for him. So who knows if they're even gonna trade him in the first place? Cause yeah, you requested a trade, but if you can't get the trade done, then you just can't get the trade done. Westbrook will be pissed, and you just run it back, I guess, and just try to trade him next year, or yeah, or figure it out. I guess I don't know what else to say. But if he does get traded, it'll probably be to one of those three teams. I mean, I guess the Magic. They did talk about the Magic. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm really confused about this because John Wall and Bradley Beal are pretty much a worse like combination. It's like a combination, but they're two of them are worse. It's like a worse James Harden and Russell Westbrook. So the two of them are just like the worst of each other's. John Wall and Bradley Beal are worse Westbrook and Harden, and they want to swap Russell Westbrook for John Wall, which I mean it's like cool, congratulations you swapped Westbrook and John Wall, but what does that accomplish? You're trading one max contract to another max contract, so you're not getting off any contracts. You're just getting a worse player. That's it. You're just getting a worse player. Yeah, Westbrook requested a trade out, but you're just getting a worse player in return. So you're just gonna have. So why not run it back with Westbrook? But then he wants out. So they're just gonna trade for John Wall. It doesn't make sense at all. I mean, good for John Wall. He'll play by himself. No Bradley Beal, because Wizards released that they're not even willing to talk about Bradley Beal, which respectable. I mean, the man put up an All-Star level season. Obviously didn't make it because there was so much talent there already. He couldn't get in because he had to carry the team and someone had to score the buckets, so it had to be him. So it's not as big of a deal as if he scored 30 points on a championship contending team. Yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do with Russell Westbrook. So yeah, but until then, we'll have content on when that happens. If it happens tomorrow, because I mean anything can happen tomorrow. There could be a bunch of trades tomorrow, but I'm recording this on November 17th, as I've probably said a few times, and the draft is tomorrow, the 18th. So I will be talking about the draft in tomorrow's video. I actually don't know when this is gonna be released because this is my first time using YouTube and I don't know how to edit. Honestly, I'm gonna try to edit. I'll figure it out. I'll try to release this November 18th and then like release everything just the day after. I'll try to do day of when I get better at the editing thing. But I don't know how long this video is gonna be because I've been talking and I have no track of time whatsoever. And yeah, I just that's about it. That's all I can really think of talking about. I mean, what else is going on in the NBA? Draft tomorrow. I think the Timberwolves. I mean, it could be interesting. Timberwolves could trade down. What would they trade down for? I mean, they could trade down to the Knicks for eighth and Mitchell Robinson. Not Mitchell Robinson. Why the hell would they do that? What am I going? It's late at night, cause yeah, it's just like recording at night because my parents and my family is all asleep, so I could feel like I could just talk my opinion and won't like feel pressured to like if they walk in or something like that, because they're all asleep right now. I can just kind of relax and just speak without like worry about anything, and it's probably gonna be for the best. Yeah, so I don't know. I honestly don't know what to say. The draft. James Wiseman. The Charlotte Hornets have the third pick. Assuming, let's just say no one trades down. Minnesota takes Anthony Edwards. Warriors take James Wiseman. And with the third pick, the Charlotte Hornets take LaMelo Ball. Okay, they take LaMelo. I'm just speaking out loud. They trade for Russell Westbrook. How the hell is that going to work? Like, honestly, how is that going to work? They can't really take LaMelo because LaMelo and Westbrook they're both ball dominant point guards. You can't have two ball dominant point guards on the same team. Westbrook specifically said, "I want to be the primary ball handler," so he's obviously not chasing a ring. So the Clippers, he would be the primary ball handler. Just letting you know, because I mean, there's no other ball handler on the team besides Lou Williams, old self on the bench, 7th man of the year. They should have an award for 7th man of the year. I don't know. They should call the 6th man of the year award the Lou Williams award because he is the definition of the award. Granted, Montrezl Harrell won it because he was the 7th man, but Montrezl Harrell's gone now. I mean, he unfollowed the Clippers and followed the Raptors. Hint, hint. I wonder where he's going. Even if it's gonna be a sign and trade, he's probably gonna head over to the Raptors. We already know that, and I just don't know because how is LaMelo and Westbrook gonna work out together? I don't think it will. That's my point. Unless what Michael Jordan told thinking is he brings in Westbrook, he brings in LaMelo, has Westbrook train LaMelo. Then when Westbrook leaves, which you eventually will, because I mean that's just how Westbrook is. He's gonna leave. LaMelo just be that guy. He just be that guy. They run either Terry Rozier or Devontae Graham, whichever one they want at the two, because they can probably both adjust to running off ball, or even just have LaMelo adjust to running off ball. Have the two of them run off ball for each other and switch off between point guard and shooting guard. Miles Bridges, PJ Washington, and then just find a center within the future. Not the worst idea in the world, and then Westbrook just go chase a ring after that with a smaller contract. That could be Michael Jordan's thinking. And now that I say that out loud, it's not the worst idea in the world, but just I don't know. I don't know. It's I'm a Russell Westbrook fan, definitely. I don't know how I feel about that. I honestly don't. Even to the Knicks, even to the Clippers. Because if Kawhi leaves, because Kawhi, I don't know, the man is so quiet on everything. We have no clue, no intel whatsoever on how he's thinking. He could be thinking about going back to the Raptors right now. We have no idea. I mean, he definitely could. I don't see why not. He won a ring there. He lost with the Clippers. He should go run it back there. Granted, everyone will be older. Marc Gasol will probably retire by then. Kyle Lowry will be old as dirt or retired. Freddie will be the starting point guard, and then they'll have figure out a center. Probably Chris Boucher. I mean, he could honestly just go back there. We have no clue what's going on with Kawhi. So sending Russell Westbrook to the Clippers could be just a shot in the dark. Kawhi leaves. So I don't know. The NBA is all messed up anyway. We don't know the 72 game season, which is gonna feel weird because I'm used to like percentages off of the 82%, the 82 game season. So I'm gonna be like, oh, this team's doing really good. Everyone's saying, oh, the Milwaukee Bucks are gonna be a 60 win team, 60 win team. So they're only gonna lose 12. But like, is that good or is that bad? We don't know because 16-12 is that like a record? Because what if someone goes 65-7 this season? Hypothetically, is that considered a record? Because they've lost the least amount of seasons, but they haven't won the most because it's a 72 game season. So I guess it would be off a percentage. I'm not trying to do math at 11 o'clock at night. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. So thank you for watching this first video. I'll be trying to make videos every day. If I know I'm going somewhere in the future and I can't, like, if I'm going on like a vacation or something and I can't make a video every day, I'll just probably have to make videos in return. And kind of like my thing with this channel is called Indie Knows Basketball, obviously. And I might like combine with other people who know other sports and kind of make like another channel, Indie Knows Sports, kind of talk about every single sport and all aspects of each sport to kind of like give you like an overview, to become like a sports news thing. Maybe go into the gaming, Indian Knows Gaming, something like that, or Indian Knows like technology, something like that. I'll figure it out. But yeah, this is my first video. I hope you enjoy it. Again, I'm trying to get to 1,000 to make money off this app, or else this will be a big waste of time. 2 goals of doing this is to teach people and like get people excited about basketball, because basketball viewership has been lower. I want people to be more excited about basketball. I want it to be like a more popular sport than it already. I mean, granted, it is a very popular sport, but I want it to get to a point where a lot, like, it's at the level of like football. Like that's what I want basketball to be like, and anything I could do to help, I will do. And I also would like to make money off of it to give me more of an incentive to help out with the community, with the basketball community. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. I want to get to 1,000 so I can make money. Please. Thank you. And oh yeah, I forgot. I guess you can like the video. I mean, that doesn't really affect me. I honestly have no idea if likes affect anything. Just subscribe. I care less if you like or not. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow with with my draft video. I don't know. I mean, I could try live streaming it, but no one's gonna join because unless this video blows up, which I know probably not gonna happen. Because if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. So then not everyone will blow up. You know what I mean? So thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna figure out how to edit this, and then I'll see you guys whenever this is posted, and then my draft video will be coming up next, and I'll just be talking about basketball stuff till whenever, till till something else happens. Thank you so much. Peace.